Good morning, this is Zeffy from Zeffy Scraps. My blog is called I Am Zeffy and I Love to Scrap. Today I'd like to share with you a guest book that I made for my cousins Pari and Miranda's daughter Fotini, that's going to be baptized next week. Miranda had told me about 3 weeks ago when she invited me to the baptism that it's going to be very Victorian. The baby's going to be wearing a long lace baptism gown, and so I tried to make the book to suit the theme. The only Victorian thing that I did have in the house was a piece of Webster's page that had this old carriage on it, the preambulator I think it was called, the pram, from Lullaby Lane, Out for a Stroll. And what I did is I just put the die piece at the back of it, so you can see it is slightly skew. I don't know where I have it. It's a Tim Holtz die cut that I used, and then I just cut it out and stuck it onto the book. And I was fortunate enough to find this porcelain doll down in Athens, but she was wearing a hideous yellow dress made out of this stuff here, including a yellow hat. So I pulled that off as best I could. There was still a bit of yellow on her head because it was glue gunned on, so I've just camouflaged it all with a pink flower, and then I've added layers of lace and tulle for a bonnet and some feathers. Don't know if you can see. And then I made her a new skirt and a nice bow at the back. And then we have some Tim Holtz flowers and a piece of bling. The papers that I had at home were from Echo Park, the Be Mine collection. I was fortunate enough to have had two collections because I used to receive two kits from two different places, and they both sent me the same kit one month, and I was actually moaning about it. But here its time came, and I've used that throughout the book. A Sizzix die cut that I have modged and glittered and modged and glittered about. It's got 3 layers of modge on it. A Prima tulle flower and just some pearls. And these are some stamps that I found in a shop here in Athens, and I've stamped it with archival ink and just painted it with a slight metallic paint. I did the same here. Then I just found that the pink and white was too cold and impersonal, so that's why I incorporated the blues and the yellows and a bit of green just to liven it up. These die cuts are from vintage something or other. Let me just quickly see so I don't lie. It's called Creative Scraps and Heartwarming Vintage. Okay, WW Heartwarming Vintage. So there you'll see all the colored little post-its along the book, and then these black and white titles here. These are die cuts that say Sweetheart and various other things. They're from Claudia Helmut. I think I need to hold these beads so they don't make a noise. Looking at the book last night, this is what I would have changed if I had more time. If I had another 2 days, I would have painted these with a pink color wash. I find that this pink is too harsh, looking at it now. But it's going to just have to go like that because we have Easter next week, and I'm afraid this is going to get lost in the post. In fact, I'm going to send it by courier now in the next half an hour. This was also found here in Athens. They are 3D glittered, a little decorative strips. You see there's a little corner thingy as well. So there we go. I've added a little brad in the corners of the envelopes. These are Sizzix birds standing on some lace, and I've left this page white like that, some white space. Both the pages are the same, so that she could maybe add some photos here if she wanted to. These journaling spots were on a big sheet of paper from Echo Park. all different journaling spots. So I cut out the 4, and because there's a crown on it, that's where I got my inspiration. So I've used the princess title there with some silver dies. They're sticky dies. It's the same stuff as the title. And then there's a bling crown, a crown with some bling to follow the princess idea. A little lace butterfly. And because the book is going to be manhandled quite a lot, there's a lot of children at christenings, and Miranda and Pari have got 4 children. The baby is their 4th child, so there are lots of children in the home as well, so this book will be handled. So that's why I decided to reinforce the spine. So each page has got 3 layers of paper. The Fisker's Treading Water border punch was used to cut this pink, and so it's on either side of the white paper. 2 little journaling spots, and then I found this carriage from a company here in Athens called Sfragidomania, and I thought that was quite appropriate. And here it says "Sing Little Birds" from up above, the old time song of joy and love, and then some Prima stamps, the birdies and the bird cage. The music paper I sprayed lightly. I made my own glimmer mist from Victorian Velvet. How's that for coincidence? Victorian Velvet and some blush Perfect Pearls. So it's got a light spray of colour on there. And then the patterns just repeat. I've just changed the little coloured postcards. Prima flower, random butterflies. These are some die cuts I found at the toy shop here. Once again, the vintage, heartwarming vintage. Nestabilities, little rectangle scallops, and pearls with bows. That's on the back of the dress as well, the same thing. I see that I haven't put pearls up there. I think I need to do that. Once again, the Sizzix birdies with feathers, and a little birdie told me here that's a rub-on. Very, very basic stuff. I was a bit pressed for time because I need to get this into the post before Easter week. Again, exactly the same concept for this page. And here I've put a little eyelet to hold, because this is an envelope underneath here and this side was open. So I have the eyelet and the brad on this page to hold it closed, to hold the pocket down. And my last page, another Sizzix die, a frame, and in this situation I just glued the paper onto a piece of thin chipboard. I die cut it, and then I've given it a very, very light coat of light pink metallic paint, the same paint that I used for there, just to give it a bit of a varnishing. In fact, I should have used the bits there. I was pressed for time. If I had more time, I would have changed this page. When I looked at this book last night, I decided that this is the page I don't like. I find that this pink is too dark. If I had another 2 days, I would have given these envelopes a nice color wash with a light pink, just to lighten them up. But I don't want to do that now and close it, because it might not be dry enough. I would like to leave it to dry before I did it. Anyway, so it's going to have to now leave like that. Girls, thanks a lot for sharing this with me. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. I'll endeavor to answer your questions. Be good, keep creating, be happy, and I'll talk to you again. Bye.